A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Da, 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 da. Guys, we should just drink juice and watch Disney movies all day. That's what we should do. You know how like kids drink juice?
Juice?
You know like kids drink juice and watch?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay, but can we just like inject the Capri Sun?
Inject it?
Just like a little bit of tequila, like a little bit of
Inject it with alcohol.
Yes.
I've aligned. I've arrived. I thought she meant inject it, and I was
No, like
girl,
I mean,
girl,
if
it's gonna taste better if it goes in your mouth.
just into the, you know where the straw thingy is, just like.
I'm aligned. You're a tequila person. I'm a vodka person.
I'm a tequila vodka person.
Excuse me?
I like vodka and tequila. What I don't like, what's that one you people like to do with the thing in South Africa? Jaeger. No, Jaeger.
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs. That's what I don't like.
Why don't you like
I
that?
don't understand why you drink Jaeger. It tastes like cough syrup.
The most delicious cough syrup.
No,
I love it. Jägermeister.
not a
And
fan.
on that note, we are rolling.
Waffle is the name of the dog that I don't have.
Waffle. Is there waffle there? It's pancake, crumpet. Oh, waffle. You're right.
Pancake,
So this
crumpet, and
past
waffle.
Christmas, so Cassie has a dream to have 3 dogs. 2 are Yorkies and 1 is a Bernese, right?
Bernese Mountain Dog.
Right. And
So excited.
we've named them. She started on this crumpet and pancake for the Yorkies, and I made the matters worse by telling her she can name the big one Waffles.
Yes.
And so this past Christmas, what I did was made her a cushion with pictures of 2 Yorkies and a Bernese Mountain Dog, and I named them, and I gave them to her as a Christmas present.
And I opened that present and immediately started crying. Immediately. It's so beautiful. I have a family photo, but I don't, they don't exist.
They don't
I
exist.
don't have these dogs.
But this is the delusion we talk about.
The delulu.
You're seeing ahead, like you're
Live
calling
with
in
the
the
delulu. Live with the delulu. I can't wait. They're so cute. I love my little family, my little dog family.
Your little non-existent family.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Can we welcome the people?
Welcome. What's your favorite Disney movie?
Okay, you all have arrived to a bit of chaos today. This is Leave Me Alone, I'm working on it. I'm Aura, this is Cassie. My favorite Disney movie is... Do I have one?
You must. Mine's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is
I
my favorite.
do love that one.
Really, Cass.
Why?
Oh,
Why did you go there?
Can we not ruin
Not the
everything
Stockholm
from
Syndrome.
our childhood?
What? She wears a beautiful dress. She dances. She reads books.
Yeah, but with the man
It's
who
the best.
kidnapped her.
I would say Princess and the Frog.
But
That's
why
my
are we
least-
kissing frogs
That's my
now?
least favorite one.
Why?
The Princess and
They
the Frog.
tried too hard with the... Why is it your least favorite one?
I just am like, girl, I know you want a husband, but you kissed a frog.
But I
Like,
mean, in the
you
real world...
you put your mouth on an amphibian. Nah, girl.
In the real world, girls are
Miss
kissing
me?
things worse than
Miss
frogs,
me.
though.
Miss me.
So
Miss me. What?
in the real world, girls are kissing humans worse than frogs,
It's okay.
and
yes.
they're marrying them and living with them and having their babies. What's my favorite Disney movie?
favorite Disney
Yours
movie?
is Beauty and the Beast,
A dream is a wish.
but that's not Beauty and the Beast
your
though,
heart makes.
because I did Beauty and the Beast in primary school.
when you're fast asleep.
Okay, I think I'm not needed on this episode, so I'm gonna take a nap because Cass is.
It's from Cinderella. That's where it's from.
Are you doing okay, friend?
No, absolutely not.
2 cookies and 2 pop.
I did.
Oh,
it's
Sugar Rush. Thank
I
you,
had
me
sugar.
Sugar Rush. Okay,
This
okay.
makes so much sense.
Okay.
Because I've not eaten a single thing except 3 Chips Ahoy cookies. And I back the decision. I feel great. Stay tuned for the sugar crash. Hey, friends.
Hi, friends.
Welcome to Leave Me Alone, I'm working on it. My name is Cassie J. And that's Aurea. Doesn't want to say her name.
I'm just being entertained by the totality of your person.
Oh,
And
that's actually, I know you meant it as a mean thing, but that was actually so nice.
So I'm going to report myself now. So earlier on, Cass was, I don't know what you're doing, but you had your nose on your phone. And I was speaking to
She
her.
was so mean.
And Cassandra can't do two things at the same time.
Cannot. It's
So
impossible.
if she's focusing on something, don't speak to her. She can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
And so I'm like having a bit of a crisis because I realized that I've left something at home and I needed it, and I'm basically talking to this hun,
It's
looking
her
for
earrings.
some
She
support.
left her earrings at home.
And this hun's not responding to me. And then I say to her, "You're like a bad Instagram reel. There's no engagement."
Imagine. And offenses left, right, and center. Imagine being told you're like an Instagram reel with no engagement. Yo, my heart. Anyway, guys, I've bounced back because I believe in myself. Because no one else is gonna believe in me. Okay.
Aw.
No, well, girl, I'm out here a bad Instagram reel. We keep it pushing. Okay, so. Earlier on, I was singing about dreams, you know, that song from the Cinderella song. And I wanted to know, okay, because I dream every single night.
You do?
I
And your
dream
dreams
every
are
single night,
wild
and
they're
wild.
hectic.
They're like so vivid. It's like it's real life and like it's happening. Do you dream?
Not every night, but as you say this now, I was supposed to be working yesterday.
And you fell asleep.
And I passed out, yes.
Which you needed. I actually just want to give you that. You needed to sleep.
And honestly, I knew it was going to happen because I was exhausted and I was sitting and I was just, when your back is sore, your neck is sore, everything is sore. So I just brought my laptop to the bed. I'm like, I'm going to be comfy.
Mistake
And so
number one on productivity.
But I backed the mistake. I worked for a little bit and then I put my laptop down and I just like slid down.
Yeah.
And I had the worst possible dream.
I know.
It's like someone, every horror movie you've ever seen where someone walks into your house.
No.
That's what I dreamt. But it was so real.
You dreamt someone walked into the house?
I dreamt someone was in my room as I was sleeping. It felt like I was seeing myself take a nap and like someone was there going through my things. And in this dream...
Who was it? Did you see?
No, but it was a man. And in this dream, I was trying...
I'm sorry. I just had to.
I was trying to wake up, trying so hard, and I couldn't wake up.
Yeah.
And
It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling.
And I don't know, something happened to my neck, and my neck went to the side, and I got up like this, and it felt like my neck was going to fall down, so I laid back down. But I was
You
struggling.
felt like your neck was going to fall down.
Yeah.
Like your head was going to fall off your body.
And so I laid back down, and I can see this person, and I don't know if this person means me harm. And then, you know how dreams don't make sense and it switches, and now all of a sudden I'm in like a different home.
Okay, but it's a good one.
And like, no,
no.
the horror continues.
Oh, dear.
And like, I'm on my phone, but now I'm a man. and
what?
someone is breaking through the wall of my home to like get in. But now I've got like a secret bunker. So I call the cops and I put it on speaker and I can see that they're about to break through.
Oh, no.
And so I quickly run off to the secret bunker and I leave the phone and leave the call.
Woman, what's wrong with you?
And that's why it's a dream. And then I woke up.
So you fell asleep and had anxiety.
Shoo.
Just like the deepest level of anxiety.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you lying on your back?
Yes.
When I fall asleep on my back and I'm too warm, like I'm too much blankets or whatever, I have like nightmares.
I was warm because I had the soft blanket and I had the duvet on, but I went to sleep cold. So like I layered up.
Yeah. When it's without fail.
Is there science to this? Are we making this thing up?
No, I think there must be. It must be science. It must be true. No, so hectic. I dream every night as well, and I dream very, 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 very vividly. And like sometimes my dreams are like absolutely nonsensical, like nothing makes sense. And then sometimes they're like so deep and so real. But more often than not, they're a product of my day. Like they're a product of what I've been thinking about, what I've been feeling, people I've interacted with, people I've engaged with, or even topics that I've engaged with. And then they kind of, I don't know, find their way to tell the story and bring it to life in my dream. Once I had a dream, and this is a nonsensical one. Once I had a dream that I was pregnant. And I had to tell my dad that I was pregnant.
Oh, yo, that's not good.
It was not good. It was very stressful. In my dream, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. Like, how did I let this happen? Like, this is so stressful. I have to tell my parents. They're going to be so upset. And then I woke up, and I woke up again into the anxiety because I was like, I'm pregnant. And I kid you not, for like 10, 12 minutes, I lay in my bed awake going, how am I going to tell my dad that I'm pregnant? And I was like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, who even was it? Like, what? Like I was, and very real, very deep anxiety. And then I was like, I'm not pregnant. It's a dream. It was a dream. I'm not pregnant. But yeah.
Welcome back to life.
So sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they're completely nonsensical. But I think like your dreams are an incredible place for you to kind of create and for things to happen. And there's actually a lot of things that happen and exist in the world because someone had a dream.
Yeah.
And not just Martin Luther King. I have a dream. But actually, even you, Martin. But did you know Larry Page, who created Google came to him in a dream?
Interesting.
He had a dream.
Know that.
Larry Page, Google. Paul McCartney, his song Yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
I know the song.
Yes. In a dream. Came to him in a dream.
Have you seen that movie Yesterday?
No, I haven't seen it. Oh, that's the one, the Beatles movie. No.
You should watch it.
What is this movie about?
It's this guy in 22, 23, I don't know. Whatever the year this movie came out, who is a Beatles fan, and he's a struggling musician.
Yeah.
He's not doing well at all. And then he gets hit by a bus, a car or something.
Good life.
And ends up in the hospital. And when he wakes up, nobody remembers any of the Beatles songs. Nobody remembers.
Not a single Beatles song.
Not a single person remembers anything. The Beatles have been wiped from the memory of the entire planet.
Except him.
And so he goes ahead.
And how does he stumble across?
Opportunity! My man goes and performs all the songs, releases an album, becomes double platinum, like all of the things just by singing and playing all of the Beatles songs. And he becomes a superstar.
So how do we orchestrate this to happen again? Like, how do we make this true? I would love to invent Google, sell that thing, and then go live soft on my billions. I think that would be amazing. But yeah, I think, we talk about dreams and we talk about dreaming, and this is like subconscious dreaming, but I think about how I envision like life, and I envision things like you start working on a project and you have an idea of where it's going to go, ultimately what it's going to look like. And that process, I think, is actually so important for the success of the outcome.
Yes,
right.
100%.
It's so important. And I think that there's an element that comes in which can be quite self-limiting, which I know that I need to work on. So what'll happen with me is that like we'll have an idea for something, and my brain, and this is also because I work in communications and I'm geared towards crisis, so you automatically go, what can go wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Right. You do this as well. What potentially can go wrong? What potentially is the reason why this isn't going to work? And it becomes very, very self-limiting. The other thing is that I envision myself doing. I find my mind wandering and drifting, and then I see myself on the yacht with my billions, whatever. Yeah. And then ultimately what happens is I go, no, Cassie, don't get ahead of yourself. Like, no, don't go too far. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. Be realistic. Don't, like, it's probably not going to happen that way. It's probably not going to look like, don't get too excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that that's very, very self-limiting.
100% all the time. And what I do, because you're like, yours is a comms brain thing. No, me, I'm just I like to look at the disaster first. I often tell myself that the reason I do it is because if I can grasp what the worst thing is that can happen, then I can prepare myself for it.
100%.
But at the same time, when I eventually, because if I go straight for what's the worst that can happen, then I go down this spiral. Oh my God, it's going to be bad. And if it's bad, I'm going to get fired. And if I get fired, I don't have money.
Oh
And if I
my
don't have money, then I
gosh.
can't eat. And if I can't eat, oh my God, I'm a failure. And then we just go down this thing. And then I don't come back and do, okay, but what if it's good?
What if it's good? What
I don't
if
come
it
back and
works
do
out?
that one. I just
Yeah.
go down that thing and I'm like, you know what? I'm fine. It's okay. We don't have to do this.
I think that's true because you spiral. You can the potential to spiral and then stay in that negative space and then not start can actually become quite a thing. But yeah, so I think a lot of that, and it's interesting that you say you do this because
Every day.
there's something you told me once about how Nigerians speak the reality as if it's already begun.
Yeah, it's scripture. So scripture says to call those things that be not as though they were. It's basically like it's faith.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't exist, but this is what I want. So I was
Yeah.
telling you in that time, I was
Yes.
saying for us, and I don't know how it is across the world, but again, I will speak to my reality,
Yeah.
which is Nigerian Christianity in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We don't say we're sick. We say I'm strong.
Yes.
We don't say we're poor. We don't say I'm
Yes.
broke. We say I'm rich.
I love that.
And it's just become a thing now. They just go, oh, I'm very rich right now. I can't afford this.
I really no. I really like that though because it's like I'm not even going to allow myself to have any kind of negativity
Yeah.
about the situation, about the story, about the space in the situation. And I think that's really powerful and I think that's really cool.
I think what's happened is we grew up saying these things. We grew up living like this that now it doesn't register for us anymore. Like when I said it to you, it was so powerful because you're like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
But for us, it's just become like an everyday
just how
thing.
it
It's
is.
just how we speak
Just
now.
how it
Like
is.
we've lost the wonder of that moment. It doesn't resonate often. So when you like watching your reaction, I was like, oh yeah, it's true. This is pretty powerful to do because
Yeah.
you're choosing to ignore the negativity and focus on the positive. You're choosing to focus on what's the best that can happen as opposed to what's the worst
What's
that
the
could
best
happen.
possible outcome? I think also that there's a lot of I think a lot of that also stems from fear.
Yes.
As well. It stems from this idea of like okay, I'm not going to allow myself to envision what could be because I'm scared that it might not even happen.
Yes.
Like it might not even happen and then I disappoint myself.
Yes.
I disappoint the people around me.
Yes.
So I don't want to oversell the idea. I don't want to other people or to myself,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Which I think is quite tough.
It's the fear of disappointing yourself and of disappointing others. And I think that sometimes it's not even just I'm going to use me as an example again. When I've pinned my hopes on something,
Yeah.
and I've worked towards it,
Yeah.
and I've done everything, and it falls through, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah,
like
fair.
I go so
Fair.
down so quickly, and I struggle. Like I question everything. Did I not do it right? Did I do it badly? What, could I have done it quicker? What if I'd done it a couple months earlier? Like I beat myself up so hard, and I don't like feeling that way. So to prevent that next time, if I feel like this could possibly be a disappointment waiting, I'm just like, I'm tapping out of you.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
let yourself
choosing
be
peace.
excited.
I don't let
about
myself get
what
excited.
could
I
be.
don't let myself try.
You know, I was reading this book yesterday. The guy's name is Stephen Bartlett. I don't know if you know him, but he's like this business guy. I don't know. He's one of those like, you know, one of those guys who's like got all the motivational what's, but he's actually like his motivation is real because there's proof behind it. He's done it and achieved it. He's got a book and it's like, you know, the top 10 things that CEOs do to succeed, something like that.
The way those books annoy me.
I know, they annoy me. But and the only reason I picked this book up is because I was standing at the counter waiting to pay for my new MacBook.
Oh yes,
right? Waiting to pay for my new laptop. And and they were taking so long to sort something out, and the book was there, so I picked it up and I literally just opened it up and I was reading. But it's so interesting that you say this, because one of the thing that I read was the people who succeed are the ones who have failed the most
Oh, girl.
and have learned.
It's me.
They have out-failed other people.
Shoot.
They have out-failed. So you failed 3 times, I failed 12 times,
But
and on the 13th time, that's when I got it, because I wasn't afraid to tap back in.
That's what I was
when
about
I
to
failed
say.
on time number 10,
Yeah.
11, 12. Whereas not you, but I'm saying like you tapped out, you failed once, you failed twice, you failed 3 times, you're like, I can't do this.
Can I tell you something? Sometimes I don't even fail. I'm mediocre and I tap out.
What does that mean?
Like,
What does that mean?
It wasn't a failure.
Can I tell you why this sentence confuses me? Because nothing you do is mediocre.
but in my eyes, like, I didn't fail. It happened. Like, I put this thing together. It happened. We did it. But it didn't hit any of the goals that I wanted it to hit. It fell beneath. And so I'm just like, it's not that great. And I tap out. It's not even a failure. I tap out and I start a new thing.
Sure.
Hit that same midway level,
Yeah.
tap out.
And you know what is the problem? Is that with you, the midway is probably still like incredible.
Fully aware that I'm the problem here. Fully aware. Taylor Swift, I'm the problem. It's me. Fully
me.
aware.
Yes.
That one. I'm fully
fine,
aware.
it's me.
But do you realize that? Do you know how many times I've tapped out just before something could have gotten good?
Yes.
Just before it could have
Yes.
hit. I've
Yes.
tapped out because I'm just like, nah, it's not
I
the one.
know
And then I
this.
start over.
Yeah.
And then tap out.
I
Start
know
over.
this feeling.
Tap out.
I know this feeling. Sure, friend. It's wild. No, so it was crazy. It was crazy. So this whole thing about like the people who've succeeded have outfailed. I've outfailed you.
It's like you need to get
Sure.
comfortable with failing. I don't like
I don't
that
like
at
it.
all.
I don't like it at all.
I
It
don't
doesn't
like
make me. But okay. So coming back to this concept of failure, coming back to this concept of being afraid to dream, and hope in something. I also think it stems from, well, at least for me, it stems also from my parents and how they were raised and how they now think as well. I think that we are in a generation of people where our parents were, they worked very hard for stuff, and they were like, you work hard and it's gonna come, but if it doesn't come, it's okay. Like we're not gonna aim for the most. Like we're gonna aim for just this, and that's gonna be enough. Just aim for this, because if you just get this, then it's okay. I don't know if that's something. If I'm maybe communicating this right.
No, you are.
But and it's like I don't want to dream too big, because I don't know
That it can happen.
if it's possible.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that it's possible. I don't know that it can happen. So I don't want to dream about going to a great university to study and get educated, because I don't know that I'm going to find the resources, the money to spend. I don't want to dream too much about having, like, let's say you've got an issue where you can't have children,
Right.
like I don't want to dream too much about what the outcome of an IVF situation
would
is going to
be.
be, because I don't know if it's going to work. And I think to put that kind of thinking already in your mind already sets you back.
Yeah.
It already sets you back. So anyway, naturally on this whole dreaming thing, I went and I did some research to just try and like understand this idea of like dreaming, this idea of visualization, envisioning the future that you want.
Yeah.
And it's actually incredibly, incredibly powerful. And I think people know this, but to really dive into the data, you're just like, oh my gosh. So the data, so some of the things that I read is people who have been, in car accidents, have found themselves paralyzed, unable to walk, that kind of thing. There was a study that was done, and people who took the time. So I'm not even doing the exercise. I'm not even doing the work, the physiotherapy.
Yeah.
I'm just spending time envisioning myself walking, envisioning myself writing again, because I lost motion. I had a stroke and I lost motion in my hand. I'm just spending time thinking about what it's going to be like when I walk, what it's going to feel like when I walk again, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to sound like, what will my family say, what will my friends say, what will my spouse say, what will my children say when they see me walk, when they see me walk. So you take these people, they spent the time just envisioning that.
Yeah.
They had a 16% higher recovery rate than the people who didn't.
Wow.
And I'm just like, wow. And they also did it. Oh, so the other thing they realized is that they did it faster. They got there faster. And I'm just like, just by spending 30 minutes, 20 minutes, just envisioning the future. It's called, The next thing was also this this idea. It's called the self-efficacy theory. And it's, again, this idea of envisioning. You see yourself succeed. And what it does is it increases your ability in yourself. Right? You believe in your own ability. Because you're like, I can see myself doing it. So because I can see myself doing it, it must be possible. I did it in my head. I can do it in real life. You increase your ability, your belief in yourself to ultimately achieve your goal.
But so I am a person full of contradictions, right?
Don't I know that to be true?
And I'm the mean one.
You are mean, but we're working on it. It's fine.
We are working on me.
We're working on being contradictory, because you have these moments. I have them as well, where I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. And then the next day I'm like, I can do anything.
Yeah, because this thing you were saying about envisioning it, I've always envisioned it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Really?
I've always English is difficult. Envisioned it.
Welcome.
I don't have a problem seeing it. I just yes, because I've always felt like, again, we are doing away with.
I have a theory for you that might help you, but please continue.
I see it. I know it's going to happen, and I'm like, I just need to keep pushing till I find the thing that's going to get me there. And I know it's not going to be a project or a job or a business that somebody else starts. I know it's going to be something I do. Yeah, like a project, a business, or whatever, a film, or whatever. I can see it. What I struggle with is the here and the now.
Can we unpack
because it's not coming together.
Can we unpack that? Because when you say you can see it, what is the it that you're seeing?
So when I first moved out of biochemistry into psychology and started to host events, be an MC, have a talk show, all of that stuff. The feedback I got was so strong. So positive. It was like people were almost saying, Oprah's got a show. You can have a show like that too in the future. And people were like, if you worked hard, you could be the next Oprah. And I'm like, I don't want to be the next Oprah. I want to be the first Ore. You know, but it was like I could see a world, a vision where I did succeed in media, where I became a TV host, or where I produced the movie, or where I was receiving an award. Yeah. I could see those things. Girl, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm that one who has practiced her acceptance speech in front of the mirror. Exactly. All done that.
I do it in the shower. I'd like to thank with my shampoo bottle.
I know.
I'd like to thank so-and-so.
Did you see that post on Instagram about Kate, I want to say Winslet? Kate Winslet?
Yes,
and she got her
in the bathroom.
Keeps her her Oscars
she keeps
in the
her
bathroom.
Oscar in the bathroom so that when people go into the bathroom, they can like have a private moment.
I love it. I love it so much. Yes, that's a hun I would be friends with.
Much. That is a hun I'd be friends with. Kate Winslet, girl.
I know.
Hit us up.
I know that I will get there. I think. And I saw this tweet that for me was, it explained, I don't know if it's a tweet or a post, whatever I saw, that explained what I'm feeling. And the person was like, does the process know that we're trusting it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Because everyone goes, trust the process. And I'm just like, no, I want it now. I don't want to wait because I'm like, I need to get there now. Because for me, the waiting and the failing repeatedly and the starting over repeatedly, it
Yeah.
wears on me a little bit. And I just want to arrive.
I'm with you. But girl, we all do.
I know. So that's why I'm like, I can see it, but I'm impatient. And the fear that I start this one thing and it's not going to be the thing, and then this pulls me down and doesn't allow me to keep chasing. That's what holds me back.
I think this next theory will help because for me and because I hear what you're saying and it's you can see the vision. I could also see myself, I don't know, being an MC.
We've had our Oscars talk.
We've already had our Oscars talk, right? It's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. Throwback to this moment, but it's going to be so good. But I think we all are good at the dreaming part, maybe, right? But the envisioning part, because for me, let me dive into this theory. The last thing that I read about, which I thought was really, really interesting, and I'm actually just going to straight up read it because technicalities, I don't want to get it wrong. It's called the reticular activating system. Reticular activating system, RAS, R-A-S. So the RAS is a network of neurons located in the brainstem, so that's down here, that helps regulate wakefulness and sleep-wake transitions, okay? The research suggests that when you visualize your goals, okay, the RAS filters the information relevant to those goals, making you more aware of opportunities and the resources that can help you achieve them. So it's like, so an example that I can give, it's like when you need to buy a car, okay, and you're like, oh, Cassie, I want a Jeep Wrangler, okay, Jeep Wrangler's a car. Now suddenly every car I see is a Jeep Wrangler, Jeep Wrangler. Now suddenly every advert on my thing is a Jeep Wrangler, okay, and that could just be because the world is listening to everything we're saying all the time. But
even before social media started, before the world was actively listening,
yes,
it used to happen.
Yes, for sure, right? It's like you're now just so much more aware of the opportunity because you envision it. And what this particular study did was they had people envision not just the dream, so not just the standing up to accept your Oscar, but you envision yourself doing the things that you need to get there. So you sit and envision yourself, and I'm going to run with the Oscar idea and creating a film. You envision yourself writing the script. You see yourself in the writer's room there with all of your people, the producer. You see yourself sitting there. You envision yourself on set saying camera action. I don't know what they say on set, right? Lights, that's the word. Thanks, me too. You envision it yourself on set. And you've worked on productions before, so you know what it's like. Envision it happening. Envision that process happening for yourself. Envision yourself in the editor's room at the end, sitting and editing and piecing it all together. Envision the Oscar Academy Committee sitting, watching your movie and being like, this is the most amazing thing. Because do you see, you were already going to shut me down. No, already you were going to shut me down. What were you going to say? Nothing. No, what were you going to say?
I take it back.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. Right? Like, so this is what it by actively taking the time to envision it, you make your brain more aware of opportunities. So when the opportunity presents itself, you're like, oh, actually,
yeah.
Like, I could do that thing. So for me, it's like, look, whether you want to call it envisioning, whether you want to call it dreaming, whether you want to call it manifesting, you want to call it prophesying over your life, you want to, whatever you want to call it. I think that this idea of visualization, this idea of I'm going to call it deep dreaming, deep envisioning, is so crucial for the success process. It's so crucial. Don't limit yourself from feeling and experiencing or envisioning what it's going to be like when you win. When you get your Oscar, when you've lost the weight, when you have your baby, when you make your first $1 million. Like, envision that, feel that, sit in that, marinate in that. And I think you're that much closer to it.
The other side of this thing is that, so now I've envisioned all of these things, I can see it, I can feel it, because yes, I can see myself in the writer's room, I can see myself on set, I can see myself going, that's a wrap. For me, that's the best part because now it's done. But I was once told by someone that there's such a thing called being afraid to succeed.
Yeah.
And then there's that. So you can see this great big world that's going to come together for you. And then you're just like, that seems like a lot. And then you shut down. How do you navigate? How do you get through that? Because for me, that's a real problem. It's like, I know that there's so much opportunity.
There's so much potential.
I can see that there's potential. I can see that things are coming together. But on the other side of that, sometimes you're just like, it seems like so much.
So
and you
for
just
me,
get a
it's
little bit
like-
afraid. Like,
I know. I think for me, it's about breaking it down into manageable chunks. Because what my barrier is that, again, I see the full project. I see the big thing. And it's so massive. And its potential, I'm so conscious of its potential to be great. But then I'm like, where do I start? How do I begin? And so it's about taking the big dream, narrowing it down further into bite-sized chunks. You don't eat a pizza like this.
I mean,
unless you're me. But
Except, of course, what's her face and his name on The Diplomat? Kate Weiler and Hal. There's that scene in The Diplomat where they go into the pantry and they're stealing food, and he literally eats the pie.
He literally picks up the whole quiche and he just eats like that. But what I'm saying is, even in that, like you can't fit a whole pizza in your mouth. You can't fit the whole
still
quiche
have to
in your
take a
mouth.
bite.
You have to take a bite. You have to start with little bites, and then before you know it, you've eaten the whole pizza. Do you know what I mean? Pizza was a bad example, but you you get what I mean. You get what I mean, right? Like you've got to start somewhere. I'll use a better example. You, ma'am, have just gone on a gym journey, right?
Shoo.
You're now a hardcore gym bunny.
I'm not even.
Little bit.
I've been on this journey for like 3 years now.
You've been on this journey. The other day, I was at Ori's house and I was staying over and I brought a bag, and my bags are usually like massive. I need to take this bag
dump
upstairs.
everything
I know,
into
I
them
unpack and just like. Anyway, but Ori just like lifted up my bag, like it weighed nothing, and then walked up the stairs, and I was like, I just don't understand. And then we went into the room, and you had those weights, those 10 kg weights.
Yeah.
This hun there was just like, woo. I'm like, right? Like I can't go when I start my gym journey, like I can't go into the gym and start with the 10 kg weights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail so hard. I'm gonna disappoint myself so hard. I probably won't come back tomorrow.
You won't come back.
I won't come back. I must start there with my half a kg.
Yes, ma'am. And I actually saw something about this the other day. I was at the gym, and like you said, they're listening. And because I'm in between sets, and I'm just resting. So now I'm just like, Instagram. And then the post that comes up basically says, the weights didn't get lighter, you just got stronger.
Amen, sister. That's
and I was
what
like,
I'm saying.
And that's literally what you're saying now. Like it's not like.
It's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got stronger. You have to start. The journey to the Oscar it's not, the reality is your Oscar's not coming tomorrow. It's not going to come tomorrow.
It's not even coming next year.
It's not even coming next year, right?
You've got a journey.
And it's a journey of 10,000 steps, but you have to start with the first one. Bite-sized chunks. But in the bite size, don't lose the end goal.
Yeah, you got to keep it big picture.
Keep the vision.
Yeah.
Keep the vision in mind.
I love it. Bite size. Because I always take on more than I can chew. This is
girl, me too.
I take on so much. And the problem is not the project. Again, it's me. I'm the problem. But I take on all of this stuff, and then I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed. But nobody, put it down.
Yeah.
Put some of it down. It's okay. It doesn't all have to happen now. I want to make a movie. It's okay.
Yeah.
Start with even thinking of the story.
Yeah.
Don't even write the script. Take it, like you're saying, bite size. But I want to do everything now.
Yeah.
I'm like that poster from back when we were in uni. It's like, who are we? Students. What do we want? 6 months vacation. How many times do we want it? Twice a year. I'm that one. I want it now. What do you want the world? When do you want it? Now. Do you have where to put it? No. So bite size. Yeah, I love it.
So I think break it down into bite size chunks, little steps, but then don't forget to keep the end in mind. Keep the end in mind and envision it. And what the research is showing, envision not just the moment you standing in,
not the moment of you
the
winning.
journey. Envision everything along the way so that you become more open, more aware to opportunities, and then build that like self-confidence, that belief in yourself as well. So anyway, that's me. I probably will dream tonight about this podcast.
Cassie has the wildest dreams.
I dream so
There's
crazy.
this one you had about a dinosaur or an elephant, and there was
the elephant.
people, and the elephant was rollerblading.
Yes. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. It's a journey. It's wild every night. Like who knows what's gonna happen?
Your mind is a wild place.
I know, but sometimes
just cut it open and see.
No, wait. Okay, when I'm dead, go for it. I don't mind. But like, I'll be dead. But yeah, no, I do. I dream insane. I dream insane. Anyway, so thanks so much for being with us today. We hope you learned something. We hope you were encouraged a little bit to dream and to continue and to, I don't know, envision what life could be, but the steps along the way.
Yeah.
So come and say hi on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Apple and Spotify. We love you. And bye. Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Your chaos today is entertaining.
I know, it's a bit wild, man.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. Also, you can watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you, bye.